All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to another great episode on your favorite political talk show, The Truth with Ben Jokes. Now, I want to make a very important announcement, a report actually, on the scam flying around in Nigeria right now. Nigeria Customs warn public against recruitment scams, deny requesting payments. Sahara reporters, the Nigeria Customs Service has issued a public advisory warning against fraudulent emails and messages targeting applicants of its ongoing recruitment process. The agency denied requesting payment, personal banking details, or other confidential information from applicants. Now, I brought this up here because someone was about to be duped to the tune of 1 million naira by scammers who were promising to give him job at the Nigerian customs, and these guys that were going to dupe him were actually custom officers, and it took my intervention to save him. So to whom it may concern, let us be very guided. The country is turning on its head. All manner of crimes in every corner and every institution in this country is decaying as it stands right now. And few hours ago, a disturbing update came out of Lagos State. SANWO keeps looking for new ways to frustrate Lagosians. He has now gone from demolishing buildings to imposing taxes on secondary school students. And just as Nigerians were yet reacting to that, a very terrible update came out of southwest Nigeria. When they began the whole talk about Sharia law in the southwest, we warned the Yorubas that they should quickly shut this thing down because we know the dangers that come with it. Now, look at what is happening. The fanatical Muslims in the southwest have now started attacking people practicing other religions. They are attacking them and stoning them, and these have set the southwest on fire. Before I show you details of these top stories and how Nigerians reacted, let me quickly show you these videos. Now, in this first video here, this man is establishing the fact that prices of everything will continue to rise in Nigeria under the Tinubu regime. As much as he tried, to be fair to Tinubu, it is abundantly clear that his policies are killing Nigerians. And he went ahead to say that Nigeria has about the worst inflation in the whole world. And it just struck me like a chord. See the video.
It's a bit difficult to have a situation where you transition to cost reflective or service reflective, whatever is reflected in the entire value chain, and not have customers carrying more burden along the line. In other words, when you go by the current economic indicators in the economy today, you will find out that inevitably customers will have to pay more. Why would it be so? Most of the things that are used in the power sector are not provided in this country. They are denominated in dollars. We know what the dollar was when Mr. President came in. We know what the dollar is today. And that's one. We know what cost of petrol was when Mr. President came in. We know what the cost is today. We're not saying Mr. President is the one that caused it. Mr. President is just one person. But unfortunately, as the head of the country and as the leader of the country, he takes all the blame. But what are we saying? These same operators in the electricity market, they go to the same, they operate within the same economy. So whatever is affecting the economy, inflation has moved sporadically, as a matter of fact, exponentially from what it was. And I think Nigeria has about the highest figure for inflation globally today. So all of these major indicators, inflation, the cost of dollar, the cost of petrol in the market, all of them affect these players. Inevitably, they will also suffer this.
You heard that. Nigeria has one of the highest figures of inflation, if not the highest figure of inflation worldwide. No wonder the country has been taxed the poverty capital of the world. And with the way things are going, it is clear that inflation is going to rise the more. So some Nigerians will gather and begin to blame telecommunication companies for increasing tariffs. Anytime the price of any product rises, some people would like to blame the producers of those products. But you only need to look at the underlying cause. What is the underlying factor? It is the mess that is going on in the exchange rate sector. because most of these companies, they run on dollars. Nigeria is like a country run on dollars because we are importing, let's say, over 80% of the things that we consume. So when a government messes up the exchange rate, you are messing up the prices of everything. And that is exactly what this government is doing. You say you can no longer subsidize the naira. Well, fine and good. We said go into the fields and produce so that Nigerians can export and earn dollars. You are not still doing that. So how do you want to improve the economy? It's such a shame. Now, the next video here sees the Amazon, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, named Woman of the Year by the CEO of This Day newspaper and Arise TV. See the video.
To the glory of God, it's an honor and privilege in Davos today to present on behalf of the audiences of Arise News Channel around the world, on behalf of the readers of these newspapers, commemorating our 30th anniversary, celebrating the tough and resilient, to present our Woman of the Year award to an uncommon African who is carrying the African flag around the world, showing that the African century is upon us. It's a privilege to present our 2024 Woman of the Year award to the Right Honorable Head of the World Trade Organization, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala.
Wow. Thank you so much. To the indomitable Ndoka Obagbena, who one of the most creative people I know on the continent, and the founder, I should say founder, of both Arise and This Day. I want to thank you for taking the trouble in this very cold weather to present me with this award. I'm very grateful to This Day for this recognition and to all the audiences who have supported this. This is not the first time I've received a This Day award. When I was finance minister, you also recognized me as finance minister of the year. But this is very, very, very special. And I promise you I don't take it lightly. I will continue to do my best to try and represent the country and the continent the best way I can, and to make sure that the dividends of development also flow our way. So
Absolutely.
Thank you for that.
God bless you, God keep you, to the glory of God in Davos today.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Bless
much.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's a special eagle.
Yes. On the wings of the eagle we
Absolutely.
shall fly.
Absolutely.
And our nation will also fly on the wings of an eagle.
Absolutely.
Wow, you saw that. Well deserved. Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, one of the few Nigerians in the elite class that are making this country proud. The last time this country knew peace and prosperity was when she was in charge of finance. She left and it's been chaotic ever since. So sad. Now, let us look at the top stories. First is that story coming out of Lagos State. SANWO has now moved from demolition buildings in Lagos State to imposing taxes on students who want to write WAEC. And next is that update coming out of S.WEST, a very terrible one there. Fanatical Muslims who believe that Sharia should be the one reigning supreme in the Southwest have now started attacking people of other religions. On this occasion, they stoned traditional worshippers. Let's start by taking that update from Lagos State. Look at how the papers reported it. Lagos takes tax drive to public secondary schools, imposes 10,000 naira tax clearance fee on students registering for WAEC exam, Sahara reporters. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration in Lagos State has imposed a compulsory 10,500 naira tax clearance fee on state government-owned secondary school 3 students processing their West African Senior Secondary Certificate Examination registration, Sahara Reporters has learned. A source had informed Sahara Reporters on Friday that the state government issued a directive asking SS3 students of state-owned secondary schools to pay 10,500 naira tax clearance each before they can be registered for the West African Examination Council organized examination. Sahara reporters visited some state government-owned secondary schools, including Eletu Odibo Senior High, located in Abule Oja, Yaba area of the state, where affected SS3 students of the school confirmed the tax clearance fee imposition by the state government. You heard that. These APC guys are just unbelievable. It seems as if when they wake up, the first thing they ask themselves is, what can we do to make life more miserable for Nigerians? Because what is the meaning of this? What does Lagos State need in terms of finance that it does not already have? Why do you just want to make life unnecessarily hard for the people? But this is it. This is what you have in Lagos. It is going to affect all tribes and religions. We keep pointing it out. When they roll out these measures, that will make life harder for the people, the measures don't know color, they don't know tribe, they don't know tongue, and they don't know faith or religion. And that is why we keep telling Nigerians that we, the people, we suffer all these things together. So we are the ones that need to keep these distractions, these sentiments aside, unite and get these people out of power. Look at the kind of hardship that APC has imposed on Nigerians. Yet these people don't flinch. They don't even consider one day that how do we alleviate the sufferings of these people. All they do is to keep imposing more taxes. What a shame. And Toby here says, taxing education, Lagos just found a way to weaponize poverty against the future of its youths. Where do we say stop? These folks had free education. The same people who had free education. SANWO, Tinubu, Oshomole, all of them. Now look at how they are trying so hard to deny Nigerians of education. And this tweet here by Gemba Joe says, you invest before taxing people. What is the investment of Lagos State government in education? Some areas don't have enough public secondary schools. People are struggling to survive. Instead of subsidizing education, you want to tax WAEC students. This is shocking. And just as Nigerians were yet reacting to this, that terrible update from the Southwest began making the rounds. Before we take that update, I want to show us this tweet. This tweet was written in 2022. It will guide us towards understanding what is going on in that update. Omotayo Williams tweeted, he said, in exchange for northern votes, Tinubu pledges to the Supreme Council for Sharia to expand the reach of Sharia to southern states if elected. With a Muslim ticket, Sharia law will be enacted and enforced in Southwest, starting from Oyo and Ogun states. Now, Omotayo Williams tweeted this in 2022. Now, let's get into the update. 6 Isheshe worshippers stoned, injured in suspected Muslim attack at Osun Batala Festival, Sahara reporters. A recent festival in Ile-Ife, Osun State, turned violent when Isheshe worshippers were attacked by suspected Muslims, leaving 6 people injured. During a telephone conversation with Oba Lama Obatala, a prominent Isheshe traditional worshipper in the town, Sahara reporters learned that the incident occurred on January 20, 2025 during Obatala Festival. According to Oba Lama Obatala, the group had announced the festival on the radio for 4 consecutive days, warning people to stay away from the procession route. However, despite the warnings, the worshippers were attacked with stones as they passed through the Idio Market and More area. The attack resulted in 6 injuries, including a woman who was severely hurt. Pictures and videos obtained by Sahara reporters show the woman's head was bloodied after she was allegedly stoned during the attack. Oba Lama Obatala claimed that Muslims were behind the attack, citing previous threats and attacks by Islamic extremists in 2022. He said, You know, the National Museum takes custody of all these Orisha because of stealing. So whenever we want to do our festival, we normally write a letter to the museum to give us the Orisha, and we will bring the Orisha to the Obatala temple. There is a taboo and divine rule prohibiting Ilare indigenous people from seeing the Orisha during the festival. I'm trying to tell you the genesis of this problem. This is where the Muslims are involved. This is where we have been having problems with Muslims since 2022. We have a divine ruling prohibiting Ilare indigene from seeing Orisha. Pregnant women are also barred from seeing Orisha. And for that reason, we always notify people during the festival to stay away from us. So on this particular day during the 2022 festival, we were attacked by some Muslims. That was the first attack that was reported. And since then, the Muslims and their leaders have been threatening us not to do any Sheshe festival in Ile-Ife. Thank God we resolved that incident that day. But since 2022, the Muslims have been stopping us from doing our Sheshe rites in Ile-Ife, and this is not possible. You heard that. Now, do you see a relationship between what is happening in this update, what that Oba described, and that tweet by Omotayo Williams in 2022? The Isheshe festival had been going on in the southwest since time immemorial. No one complained until 2022. In 2022, fanatical Muslims, Islamic extremists began asking them not to perform Isheshe festival in Ile-Ife again. And it was this same 2022 that Tinubu was revealed to have signed a deal with the Supreme Council for Sharia that he would give them the Southwest if they gave him northern votes. So, in a nutshell, for his selfish ambition to fulfill his own selfish interest, this man is selling out the entire Southwest. And look at how Nigerians reacted. Let's take some of the tweet reactions. This tweet here by Crespo says, "This is unfair. From Kwara and now in Oshun, our Muslim brothers should allow the Isheshe people serve their gods in peace. God bless Yoruba land and God bless Nigeria." These ones don't know peace. So if you want to stop them, you have to rise up and match them fire by fire. And do it early. Do it early. It's already getting too late for the people of the Southwest. This was what the Fulanis did, and they collected Kwara State. Today, they are the owners of Kwara State. That used to be a pure Southwest state. And this tweet here by Jeremiah Adetunji says, "This is an ominous sign. Nigerian security forces need to be alert and proactive to prevent this from escalating into chaos. The importance of religious tolerance cannot be overstated. Live and let live. Believe and let believe. Let God defend himself. You can't act as heaven's bouncer while you are still on earth." Well, I'm sorry, the security forces will not be able to help you in this case because they work on others. Their organs will have to tell them to go ahead before they walk. And this thing is coming from the very top. Omotayo Williams was right in that his tweet in 2022. Tinubu entered a deal with the Supreme Council of Sharia. And that is why they are boldly saying that they are going to bring Sharia to the Southwest. If Tinubu is not in support, how would they have the temerity to be making such statements? Think about it now. And this tweet here says, "Bit by bit, Southwest is being conquered. What a shame." That is it. And Ade here says, "This is quite inhuman and should be condemned by all. What if it is your mother?" This is what we are saying. This is what we are saying. This is what we are telling everybody. That with the APC in power, we will continue to hit new lows daily. Things that we never believed could happen will become regular occurrences, everyday occurrences. Whoever believed that dollar could even exchange, 900 naira to a dollar? When it was getting close to 1,000, it was like the world would come to an end. Today, we are at a point where it might never return to 1,000 to a dollar again. We have almost put that era behind us. We are now talking 1,600, 1,700. We are looking at 2,000 naira now. because of the wickedness, the incompetence of the APC government. But this is the APC. They have come to steal, to kill, and to destroy. And this is why I keep telling Nigerians that for us to have a country at all that we can call our own in the near future, we must come together, keep our sentiments aside, and get the APC out of power. But until then, make I still enter town. Make I go get some ogbonge political news wey una go like. Why? Because of una na I dey here, so don't go away, don't go away.